to pick up my daughter. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on and make a quick video. I've been super busy today, so all the ideas that I had for videos today kind of fell through. But I want to talk a little bit about my journey, self-diagnosed autism. I started looking into autism after I saw a video that was posted by, I think her name is Spectrum, Mom on the Spectrum. There was a video she posted, and it really resonated with me, and it made me interested in autism, because it felt like she was talking about me, and I had felt alone in my experience for so long. It felt really nice to feel seen and understood. And so the more I dived into autism, the more I was just like, there's no way I'm not autistic. I have known that I am neurodivergent since I was very young. In the 3rd grade, I was diagnosed with ADHD. And I know that a lot of women that have ADHD, the likelihood of autism is there. I don't know the statistics on that. I just remember reading it and I can't remember, so I'm not going to comment too much on it. But when I was younger, I always felt different. I was a tomboy. I was very, at first, when I was younger, I was very, active. I would get in trouble. Being a little rebellious. But then as I think I got in trouble enough to where I was quiet. And I spent a lot of time very quiet. But in 3rd grade, I remember the teacher would call on me for answers, and I would not answer. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't respond. And so they put me in slow classes, in the 80s, 90s, that era. There wasn't a lot of understanding of stuff in the realm of neurodivergence. And even today, there's not a lot of understanding when it comes to female autism. It looks totally different from male autism the majority of the time. And so, as I think back to how I was as a younger person, I can see signs that were there, but I got very good at masking. Very good at masking. And as a young person, 12, 13, I was super drawn to Jim Carrey. I felt like I could relate to him as his characters, and I used humor a lot to connect with people because I felt so alone. And that was how I connected to people a lot of the time. I was a clown. I would come off like a clown, and that's how I build connections with people, because I had a hard time understanding a lot of things, and I had a hard time understanding myself. I went through a phase where I wore very, very dark clothes, very dark hair. I just felt super misunderstood, and I really didn't want people interacting with me because I was constantly being judged. And so I wanted to come off in a way that kind of scared people in a sense to where they wouldn't interact with me, because I lived in, the Bible Belt, and black was a scary color back in, that era of me growing up. And it kept a lot of people away. People would still make fun of me, but they would do it at a distance instead of right in my face. And I was always someone who I was drawn to the underdog. I remember the people in classes that were set to the side that no one wanted to interact with. Those were the people I was drawn to. Those were the people that I would connect with. And the majority of the time, I was very, very quiet. But when it came to any injustice, I had a strong, strong desire to take up for people that were being bullied. And I remember on several occasions, people being bullied and me standing up for them. And the injustice of it, I was not backing down to the injustice of the situation. And it didn't matter to me if I was became the target at that point. And now, as an adult, I see a lot of those signs, like the major injustice, and I will super hyper fixate on things. But now, as an adult, the masks that I used to put on in my 20s, as a single mom, I don't have the energy to sustain masks. And I can't hide, the strangeness that comes with me. And I think the part that has been my biggest struggle as an adult, that I truly believe I'm autistic, is keeping a job, employment. Because there's no mask, I can't wear a mask. I don't have the energy to sustain it because I play all the roles as a single mom, and that comes with children, housework, schoolwork. There's so many roles that come with being a single parent, and there's no space for that energy to withhold a mask. And a lot of jobs you have to have a mask for the public. As an autistic person, there's constant sounds going on around me. There's constant smells. There's constant different lighting, different chatter, different things, textures, weird things that are going on in my environment. And then also dealing with being a single parent. And over time, I burn out so fast. It takes me no time. I'm at a state of burnout. And the last time that I burnt out, I was recovering for, it felt like a couple months. And I just realized this isn't sustainable. I can't show up as a shell to raise my children. It's either I have a job that's always a very low tier job because I can't climb a ladder, because I can't stay consistent enough because of the burnout, and the meltdowns, after all the build up and the meltdowns. It's just that's been the hardest part as an adult. And there's shame and guilt that come along with that, because from the outside it comes off as looking lazy. And to myself, I gaslight myself and, maybe I am lazy. Maybe I don't have the same energy levels because I don't have the same nervous system. And I feel like there's been lots of times where I'll say, self-diagnosed autism, and it doesn't come across to people the same without a label of that. God forbid I know myself living in my body for 36 years and being aware enough to pick up on what's actually going on inside of me. So I'm at the stage now where I'm going to start looking into doing the actual evaluation for the label. And that label is going to be for my own like for me, I don't want to have to explain myself, and I feel like I have to. I just feel like I have to explain myself, because people can't just see. You can't see autism if you're like, I'm on the spectrum, but I'm not in an area where I look debilitating, like it's debilitating for me. But, you know, since it is, I can't keep a job, and anyways, I want the label for myself. I want the clarity of knowing that I am not lazy, and there is not shame or guilt that should come along with me just having a different brain than some other people. Having ADHD alone is a full-time job. And when you have both, I feel like they clash, and, you know, my ADHD brain just wants to go from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. We're just going to jump around, play around. And my autistic side is just like, we can't do that. We need rest. I need to sleep. And, hold on, I'm parking, I'm sorry. So, like, I get to a point when I'm interacting, like, I'm super, like, fun and on, until I'm not on, until I'm overstimulated and overwhelmed. I get flat face, and I can't turn off the flat face. And so when I'm in a job, I look miserable because I can't fake the face. It takes too much energy. Anyways, I just wanted to share a bit about, like, where I'm at in this part of my life, and, like, you know, wrapping up some of the guilt and shame surrounding my neurodivergence, and, you know, also feeling like a bit of imposter syndrome because I don't have the label, and I feel like I have to explain myself constantly, or it makes me feel like I have to make excuses, which it's not excuses. I'm just functioning different. And so I'm not sure what this is going to look like. And I'm also very scared that I won't. Like, what if I go through the process and I don't get this label that I feel resonates with me? I feel like this is what I am. I know that there is some overlap when it comes to PTSD, CPTSD, ADHD with autism. But I just know in myself that this is me. And what if someone tells me that that's not the case? And then I'm just left with these feelings of shame, guilt. Oh, I'm lazy. Why can't I do what everyone else is doing? Why is it so hard? So yeah, I'm going to start this process. I'm not sure what it's going to look like, but I am going to touch in and out here in the space with what I'm going through here, because it's a big part of my life and my struggle. And you know, I feel like having this type of brain has kept me in abusive situations at some points for longer times, because there's a bit of naiveness and, like, I'm not going to get into that right now, but there is some connection there. Anyways, yeah, I just want to hop on, do a quick chat, because this is something that's been going on, and last night I started thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go through with the process. I want the label. I want the label for peace of mind, so I don't have to feel like I have to explain myself to people, to me. You know, I'm doing it for me. So that's where I'm at. I have some good things coming this week. Tomorrow morning, have to go to the doctor for, ADHD and a pap smear. Woo! Yay! I haven't had a pap smear in years. Last year I had cancer. I had melanoma cancer. I've got a big scar on my side where they removed it. And so now they're just like, you need to do all these things. And I'm like, cold metal. If you're a guy, look, just be grateful for not having to have a pap smear. And then at some point we have to have our boobs squished. Who wants to do that? I'm almost to that stage too. Good gracious. Anyways, I got some stuff coming this week. I'm gonna start doing some like Christmas gifts on a budget, making homemade things, those videos like that. I've got some of that coming. I'm going to be working on one probably tomorrow after the good old pap smear. And yeah, thank you for listening to me rant on about, stuff. And if you're still here, I love you. And I hope you're having a great day. And until next time, bye. Bye.